Hi everyone, it's Crystal, and today's video is going to be a process layout video that I did. I did this layout to participate in Mercy Tiara's challenge she had going on. If you look at one of my previous videos, I talk about the rules that I have for the challenge. The challenge is currently closed. Okay, so I started off using the We Are Memory Keepers Love to Craft kit. I purchased this a while ago, probably about a year or so ago, and just have never used it and decided that this would be a good opportunity to use this collection because it had to deal with crafting. So there I just trimmed down 3 of my photos that I had printed out using my new Canon Sophy printer, which I absolutely love. And now I'm just going through, and I had pulled out 1 sheet of each pattern paper that was in the collection. And I'm just going through there now and putting my photos down on there and deciding on which papers I wanted to use. Excuse me. So I'm going down through here now and on this border sheet, and I'm cutting out some borders, and I'll actually go back to this a couple times. When I bought this collection, I really liked the collection. I thought it was really good. It would be something I could use for when I'm crafting or scrapbooking about myself. After I started working with it, I mean, it's a great collection, and I still really do like it. But I should have went with my first opinion. My first thought was to use a different collection, but I just figured because with scrapbooking and, scrapbooking about my favorite scrappy goodies, I figured this would be a good collection. So I am happy with the way the layout turned out, but I don't know. It's just one of those things. So, yeah, so you just see me here cutting some different images from the pattern paper. And here I am going for some washi tape. And I decided not to use this. Actually, this whole video you're going to see a lot. It's just easier for me when I record and then when I upload it to really not do any kind of editing. It just makes it a lot easier. So I'm going through and, like I said, I'm cutting out borders. I'm cutting out these little cards that are in the collection. And just cutting out a lot of things just to help with my layering. To get some layering going on. Because I really do. That was one of the stipulations of the challenge, was to use layers. But when I scrapbook, I do like to use layers. I just feel it really builds up the page. It creates a lot of dimension and texture into the page without doing a whole lot of other things. So, yeah. Now I can't decide on which of the background paper I want to use. And I really did like this black and white chevron, but I just figured it was too much, so then I cut this other sheet down, that blue sheet right there, and it was still, I don't know, clashing. It was too busy for me. Even though looking at it now, I do like it, but just for my type of scrapbooking, I don't know, it just wasn't working. So you're going to see me do, here's another sheet. I actually do like the way that turned out too. I didn't like it at the time though. But yeah, I mean, I like it now. And I was determined to use that sheet right there with all that glue and knitting needles and paint and spool with thread and all that. I was determined to use that sheet of paper. I had it done, or it had to be like 100 times. So this is what I finally decided to go with, was the green background and then my layers just right in the middle. So I'm sort of getting somewhat done here with this whole layout. Now I'm just deciding on, with all my borders, my strips and everything, how I wanted to lay. And I keep messing around with that black one right there with the wording on it. And it says, "I'm not messy, I'm creative. Life is simple, eat, sleep, and craft." If it's not on my scrapbook, it didn't happen. And I definitely wanted to use that one banner. Like, that was a must in this layout. So now I'm deciding on the thickers. I pulled these thickers out because, once again, that was one of the requirements for the challenge, was to use thickers. So I pulled these stickers out, and I really did like them because they were like a light blue and they were glittery, and yeah, but I decided not to use them. So here I'm using one of my Paper Tray ink banners, and I'm just cutting out the banners so I can make my title with that. Because I did really want to incorporate banners because I've really been in that kick of using banners. I call them fishtail banners. Yeah, I've been using those like crazy lately. I don't know why. I just really like them. I think they're really cute. So I am die cutting those out. And with my pictures, one of my pictures was um, of my silhouette cameo, and I did not use my cameo not for one thing on this project. So I was kind of bummed out about that because I did want to use my cameo because that is one of my favorite scrapping goodies, but I didn't use it. So you just see me up top there arranging my banners because that's where the title's gonna go. And I put that one thicker down. And I like the way it looks, but then I don't. So I end up pulling out different thickers. Here in a little bit, you'll see that. So I'm just, actually at this point, I think I'm probably just staring at my photo, my layout. Oh no, my sister actually walked in my room to give me my Mother's Day card she bought for me. And, yeah, I'm sorry, I should have probably edited this part out, but it took me a couple minutes to read the card she got me, and I had to set it down, as you see right there. And because it was so thoughtful and it made me cry, and just really, it was so sweet and thoughtful, but it really messed up my whole process of scrapping because after that I was all over the place and I was a little teary-eyed, and but it was so sweet. So yeah, I'm just really messing around with the layout, with the layerings. There I go back up to the title, and I decided that I would just quit messing with the title and just finish up with these layerings. And so I'm still cutting some more stuff out. And that tag you see there, it says, I love to craft. I was determined to use that tag too because I thought it was perfect for this layout. And I was going to make it work no matter what. So I'm going back into these borders again, and I'm cutting two more out, and I end up only using one of those two that I cut out. And at this point, I still haven't committed to nothing. I haven't even glued one thing down yet. So when I scrapbook really slow. I look at it this way, that's not a race. I do this for enjoyment. So I just take my time. So I think honestly, this layout took me about 2 hours. I know, right? 2 hours. But I don't know how long it takes everyone else to scrapbook, but as you see right there, I'm pulling out those other thickers I plan on using, and they're the purple ones. And I pulled those ones out because that one border I was going to use had purple in it. And I figured that, the purple title will pull in with the purple border that I put down there. And I decided not to even use that border. But what was nice, though, is that one tag up there says Imagine. And that tag is colored purple, so it kind of went with the purple stickers. Now, I'm looking at the sticker sheet here, and I know you can't see it, but on that sticker sheet is a pair of scissors right there. I was really determined to use those scissors as well, but I didn't even end up using them. I just left them there. So I think at this point I'm actually going to start getting ready to glue down my title, or glue. No, I'm not. I'm still messing around with everything. So yeah, it takes me a while when I do this stuff. Okay, there I go. I'm finally starting to commit to stuff right now. So I committed to throwing this one border down, and then this strip of paper here, and I totally jacked that up when I put that on there. I cannot lay anything down straight if my life depended on it. But what's nice about that is that you can just easily cover it up with these borders. It's funny now watching this, but when I was doing this, it was crazy. I mean, oh, I don't. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm trimming down these photos here to make them a little bit smaller than what I've had them on. Sorry, you hear my dogs barking. So yeah, I trimmed those down and I got rid of pretty much that whole white border going around there. And then I trimmed down that Imagine a little bit more, and with the Create as well, because it was just too much black in there. So, to fix that problem, I just trimmed the black out of there. Very, very simple. And I'm trimming down the border on that little sign there, and that one reads, "Creative minds are rarely tidy." And that went perfect with that last picture on there because it was a picture of my scrap table when I am in the middle of scrapping. So then I cut apart this tag as well, and I just wanted that "I love the craft." And I was determined to use that bottom piece that I cut off of there, but I didn't even use it. So that worked out perfectly. And there's those scissors again. But I didn't even end up using those on there, so they're going to be gone here in a couple minutes anyways. So I'm going back now to messing with the title, and I decided that with putting that purple on the black chevron, it was too dark. I needed something to lighten it up. So I used this blue paper that is also on the layout as well. And I'm just cutting out these circles. And then once I get those all cut out, I'm just going to go ahead and work on the title here, which should be here any second. There we go. Alright, so as I work on this title, I'm going to turn my layout around so I'm working on the opposites, and so it's going to be like upside down. Maybe. It should be coming up here somewhere. Okay, yeah. So now, there we go. I turn it around so I can line it up evenly, because as you just seen when I laid down that blue pattern paper, how crooked I had it and had to pull it back up. So yeah, I just figured by turning it around and doing it upside down actually made it a little bit easier. So the title of this layout was called My Faves. So it was just currently what my favorites are at this point in time in scrapbooking. So of course it would be my cameo, and then the other picture is of the paper and stamps and just things like that, and then my messy table. So those are currently what my faves are right now. And I know you're thinking, well, how could your favorite be a messy table? Well, because on that table there's my Tim Holtz scissors, there's my ATG gun, different stamps and adhesives, and all different kind of crazy things I like to use. So that's why I wanted to include that picture. So here I'm finally committing to putting these pictures down. And we're pretty much about done here with the layout. Just got a couple more little things to do, and that will be everything. We're going to go ahead and adhere down all the layering. Sometimes I find that to be the hardest part is actually after I get it done, and then I have to pull it back up piece by piece and try not to mess it up. So it gets to be a little bit complicated. And I really wanted to use that stupid tag right there that you see me cutting apart, but it didn't make any sense because it said "Stitched with Love." And I like the whole heart and the love theme of it, but the whole stitch, because I wasn't stitching anything on there. So, alright, so here you're going to see me gluing down some wood veneers. I've used the heart and a couple arrows. Actually, I glued that thing down too, and that one said, "My favorite things are handmade." So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and glue down these wood veneers now. And like I said, I used the heart, and from the heart I had 3 arrows pointing down to each individual photo. And I just glued that down with some glossy accents. And then, oh yeah, I used this roller date stamp. And I stamped it out there, guys, right? Check it out. And you can't see it. It says May 11th. So I'm getting ready to pull that stupid post-it up, and I look at it, and I had May 11th of 2012. So I had to restamp it. I was going to try covering it up, and I said, you know what, screw it. I'll just restamp it. So I stamped it out 2 more times with May 11th, 2013. And then I'm taking some Dylusion bubblegum ink spray, bubblegum pink ink spray, and I colored in those wood veneers pink because that's one of my favorite colors. And then I'm doing my journaling because that was part of the requirements too. You had to have at least 3 sentences of handwritten journaling. And I just did my journaling, and that was it. That was my layout. Like I said, it took me a little over 2 hours to do, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It was for a challenge, and yeah, that's it. Alright everyone, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.